Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. And today I thought we would do something different. I actually have something which I've had for many years, ever since I was like, I think 16, 17. I had a big obsession with the movie The Ring, as you guys know. I'm actually rocking the Ring shirt right now, which is really cool. It looks kind of 3D, like Samara is coming out of the well, and she's about to climb out of my shirt and kill us all in 7 days. But I've been a big fan of The Ring for a long time, and I've really been a little nostalgic of The Ring the last couple of days, ever since I made that Tattoo Tuesday video reacting to Tattoo, Can You See Me Now, or Clowns, because that song reminds me of a fan-made video I saw of Samara Morgan, and that somebody actually used that song, and it fit perfectly with her story. And it got me thinking. I knew I had like a collection of Ring stuff, like from the movie The Ring, and I had this binder, like a big folder like this, with a bunch of different things, like all documents, and like I really went investigator mode, kind of like Rachel did in the movie. She was like collecting and going to like the library and printing off like archived newspaper articles about like Anna, Samara, and Richard Morgan and the horse ranch and all of this stuff that happened. And she's like printing off all this stuff, and she goes digging real deep and finding all these documents and stuff like that. And I wanted to be involved too. I'm such a fucking nerd. So I printed off so much stuff, but I won't be able to fit it all in this video. The battery actually might die, it's flashing. But I have something here which I think is really cool, and I specifically went to a photography like place, like a printing place, to get this done, because I wasn't really sure. A lot of the stuff I printed off myself, but this I wasn't sure really how to do it, because it's transparent paper. Yeah, transparent. So it's like a plasticky, like what you put in the projectors out, like when you're in school and the teacher puts a projector thing on and it like shines on the thing. It's kind of like that, and I really wasn't sure how to make that. But if you guys haven't seen the movie, Samara Morgan has this ability, like a psychic ability almost, and it's called projected thermography, or I think it's like psychic photography. And it's basically where, and it's like supposedly a real thing. I've never heard of anybody actually doing it, but then I've never looked that much into it. But apparently it's like where somebody has this psychic ability where they can literally think of something, and whatever image they're thinking about in their head, they can burn it onto something, like a physical object, or even put it into other people's minds. Like I could literally, like if I had that ability, I could like do this and look at you in the eye, and I could be thinking about something, and then you will suddenly be like, whoa, why am I thinking of this? Because I just put that thought in your head. It's really weird. But Samara Morgan had that ability, and that is how she was able to make these images that I'm going to show you. I think there's like 6 or 8 I have here, and they are seen in the movie when they're like looking, especially in the SM0015 tape that Rachel's watching, and it's like Samara Morgan's interview at the psychiatric hospital, and she's sitting in that white room, just like I have on that autographed picture of her right there. And she says, and like the doctor who's interviewing her, he's like holding up these transparent pictures of, like, it almost looks like x-rays of weird, really weird items, and he's like asking her about them, and he's like, how did you make these pictures, Samara? How did you make them? And she says, I don't make them, I see them, and then they just are. Like, she can't, I feel so bad for her, because she clearly can't even explain it herself. She doesn't know why this is happening. She thinks of things, and like that's how these disturbing images appeared on the videotape, because she was putting them on with her mind. And like the big tree that's like burned into the wall in her little treehouse barn, treehouse like way up in the barn, it's like a tree burnt onto the wood in the barn. And she did that herself. So anyway, I'm gonna cut to the chase and show you the good stuff. So here are some of them. I'm not gonna take them out of the thing because my camera's literally dying. I'm not even sure if you guys will be able to see them. Oh god, this is gonna be a nightmare. Hold on. Okay, that's a little better. You can kind of see at least. It's transparent. I've got it in a little folder thing here, but I'm not gonna take them out because it's gonna take a lot of time. I'll just take one out just to show you briefly. But you can see there's a horse, and you know, like they have the association with the horse barn, but this is not actually a horse. It's actually a rocking horse, because you can see that it's got like a base on the bottom of it. You can see right here it has like the base of the rocking horse, and right there is the ring. And I'll tell you a little funny story about how I got these at the photo place and what the guy's reaction was when he saw them. Okay, this next one is kind of hard to see. I've tried a million different things here, but nothing seems to be working. Let me just, no, that's definitely not going to help. you can kind of see it right there in the corner. There is a big centipede, which is I don't really understand what the point of the centipede was in the movie, but you see it in the tape, and it's a giant centipede. And then here you just kind of got like TV statical lines going across. So that's what this one is, but this one's pretty hard to see. This next one looks like, well, to me, what looks like a pair of legs right here. Maybe horse's legs, because it doesn't look like there's human feet. There's a syringe right here. Multiple syringes, actually, and they're all sticking in what looks like a doll or like a humanoid body, if you guys can see that. So I don't know, maybe that's her projecting her thoughts on what happened to her, maybe at the hospital. Maybe they were injecting her with all kinds of medicines trying to make her better, and so she's associated that with, like, you know, people sticking syringes in her. So I don't know, I mean, a lot of them are hard to explain. They don't really relate to anything in the movie, but there's another one. This one is a bubble, which I think kind of relates to The Ring 2, because in The Ring 2 you see a little more on Samara's biological mother, and there is like some newspaper clippings with a bubble like this, and I don't know, I mean, that's my association with it. And there's a ring right here, and there's also a phone with a curly wire like a cord, and I think that's obviously about like the answering the phone after the tape, and that's when she says 7 days. Okay, so this next one again has like some kind of weird creatures. I don't know if you guys can see them. Yeah, I think you can. I don't know what these are. That looks like one of those things from the board game. You know, those little, I can't even remember what that board game's called. It's like little weird star things, and they come with like balls and these like spiky things that used to be a pain in the butt when you stood on them. But that's what that looks like. I don't know, maybe this is like her thinking about her toys that she had, because you did see in the barn where she slept at night, or where she never slept, you do see she had some toys there, so maybe that's something to do with that, because it looks like two little dinosaurs. Not really sure what this thing is right here, but it looks like it could possibly be the top of an old-fashioned TV. Like, you got the two antennas right here, and this could be like a circular aerial, or it could be maybe a mirror for like because there's a mirror in the movie, but that doesn't look like it to me. This next one's really cool, and it kind of makes a lot of sense to the movie. You got a tree here, like branches and stuff like that. That's obviously the tree that you see in the movie. And then you got what's clearly Anna Morgan, Samara's mom. It's what her silhouette looked like when she was about to jump off the cliff on the same scene where you see the tree. Or I don't think it's that tree, actually. No, I don't think it's that one. That tree is like a very distinct shape. It has like one branch and it's kind of bent. This one is like the one that she was seeing at Shelter Mountain Inn with the sunrise, like the sunset coming through it. This just looks like Anna Morgan, like wearing the old-fashioned dress. And there's a comb right here, which you see Anna brushing her hair with in the mirror scene in the tape. Speaking of brushes, here's another one of a brush. It's just a brush on its own. There's kind of like this weird wispy stuff around the brush, but that could be anything, just to make the image look creepier, I guess. But that is a brush. You can see the bristles on it, kind of like little circle dots. And finally, the tree itself. This is the tree that you see in the tape. You see it in real life when Rachel gets there with Noah, and also you see it when she's looking at the tree. This is like what she's looking at when she dies, when Anna puts the bag over her head and throws her down the well. She's actually looking over at this tree, and there's horses running in the field in front of it. And you also see this tree. This is the same tree that she used her mind to burn this image of the tree onto the wall in the barn. So that's all of them. I really like them. I think they're really cool. It's kind of hard to show them on camera, but in real life they're pretty easy to see. You know, they got a lot of stuff reflecting. But I remember taking these on a memory stick, and I took them to this place, and I asked this guy, hey, can you print these off? But I need them printed on like projection paper, like projector paper, like a film, like transparent paper, if you have that. And he was like, yeah, we can do that. So he printed them off right in front of me, and he's like looking at these images, and he was like clearly confused. And he was like, what is this for? Is it some kind of like, are you doing some kind of project? And I was like, yeah, I guess you could say that. But I think he was a little creeped out, because they are very like disturbingly weird images. But anyway, guys, I thought it would just be fun to show you my little bit of a ring Samara Morgan's projected thermography images collection, and I will show you more of the other stuff that I have. I have like literally everything. I have her birth documents, I have her birth certificate, I have like all of her medical documents, like all of these things that were pretty hard to get. I actually had some help from like other friends of mine that were in the Ring fandom. But yeah, let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see more. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I love you all, and remember the most important thing: chase your dreams and keep on fighting. Peace out.